Hello survivors, Scythe Wielder here. I've been considering the 7th chapter of Daniel, and I'm pretty sure I don't agree with the interpretation of the beast that Daniel says he saw in a vision. The first he sees coming up out of the water is, he says, a lion, and I think he says it has 2 wings of an eagle. And the second beast, it says, is a bear that rises up on one side. And the third he sees is a leopard. I think it's got 4 wings. Now most people interpret the lion as Babylon, the bear as the Medes and Persians, and the leopard as Greece. But in another place in Daniel, we see that the Medes and Persians were a ram, and that the Greeks were a he-goat. And since everything brings forth after its own kind, none of those can turn into a lion, a bear, or a leopard. Besides that, in the context of that prophecy, we are told that they are 3 kingdoms that will rise. Since Babylon had already risen, it can't rise again. So we're not going to call the lion with the 2 wings Babylon. I believe that the lion with the 2 wings is actually the Jews. I already mentioned how when the Greeks lost their power, the Jews gained their sovereignty at the very same time in the places where they were, Babylon and Jerusalem. That could be the 2 wings right there. Another thing, though, is that when you read this prophecy in Brenton Septuagint translation, it's clear that the Septuagint says that it's a lioness. So that really kind of agrees with the kind of sovereignty that the Jews had when the Greeks lost their power, when the Seleucids lost their power. You see, they didn't have a king descended from David to be called the Lion of Judah. What took the place of the kingship there were the descendants of the Maccabees. There was a Hasmonean dynasty. The Hasmoneans and the Maccabees, they were the same thing. They were priests in Israel, and they had a dynasty that lasted through 10 kings. So I'm calling the lion the lioness with 2 wings as the Jews in Babylon and Judah. What came after the lioness is the bear that rose up on one side and told to devour much meat. The bear is probably Rome. Rome was divided into 2 parts under Constantine, and the Eastern Roman Empire lasted about 1,000 years longer than the Western Roman Empire. It created the religion that Russia has today. The Eastern Orthodox religion is actually the religion of Eastern Roman Empire. The Western Roman Empire crashed and burned early, but it was replaced with what was called the Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire was composed of, get this, 4 German kingdoms. there's 4 wings right there. And I believe that the Holy Roman Empire is actually the right interpretation for the leopard that was seen in Daniel's dream. In Revelation, we'll get to this later, but in Revelation, you have the 3 parts of these 3 animals joining in one beast, and I'll get to that in a little while. Thank you.